Hey guys, I'm watching people in the parking lot. I was going to try to do this car vlog, and I was going to try to do it while I was driving, but you know, that always makes me so darn nervous when I watch people who drive and vlog. I mean, I think it's kind of cool in a way because you can see some of the scenery out their windows, but it just makes me nervous. So I'm going to do a car vlog stationary car vlog, if that makes sense. So one of the things that I wanted to really quickly try to talk about is I've had so many of you reach out to me about the CBD oil and confusion about it and all that. And I just really need to tell you, you need to do your own research. You really, really do. I can't stress that enough. When I started to use it, I had listened to Marlene Fab and Glam. She talked about it. I didn't jump on it right away. I read a couple of articles. I went back and I watched her video again. I asked her a couple of questions, and then I said, okay. And then I bought my first bottle of the face oil. Now, I bought the Flora and Bass. I got it at Sephora. I really, really liked it. I started to use it, and almost within a few days, what I noticed was my dry, peely skin, because I'm a Retin A user, my dry, peely skin almost went away. I would say it was like within a few days, it was like a 90% better, meaning I could actually put foundation on without having this gunk come up, if you know what I mean. So that's the first thing that I noticed with it. I continued to use it because I said, wow, out of all the face oils I've used, out of all the moisturizers I've ever used, I've never been able to use Retin A in my peeling cycle. Sorry, I should have brought my tripod. In my peeling cycle, I've never been able to use Retin A in my peeling cycle and be able to put on foundation easily or nicely. It's always been an issue. So to me, I noticed a huge difference in applying my foundation when I started using that CBD oil. Now, from the get-go, I tried to make sure that I was using it the right way. You know, I asked them questions. I sent them an email. I said, can you confirm how I'm using it? And I was, from the get-go, immediately disappointed in their customer service in the sense of how responsive they were to me, to my question. They weren't responsive. To this day, I've not gotten a response from that email that I sent. But, hey, I'm not a Playboy bunny. There's a story behind that statement. But anyways, I'm not going there. So I continued to use the product because I really liked it. I was seeing a difference. Now, if someone says to you, hey, this is a miracle after 4 days, you got to be suspicious. All I'm saying to you is after like a few days, I noticed my skin wasn't flaking, and I've used marula oil, I use carrot oil, I use argan oil, I use, oh my God, papaya, hoboa, whatever. I use a ton, a ton of oils, and I've never had the success with being able to put foundation on like I have with the CBD. And to me, that was massively huge. Being able to wear foundation, not have my skin flake off and look awful. Oh, I loved it. And then after a while, I started to notice that my redness started to dissipate. Now, I've also noticed I've been using this since June, mid-June, end of June. I can't remember. I gotta look at it. It is September. I also noticed after a while that my broken capillary, the smaller ones, were getting lighter. The big ones I have on my nose are lighter, but they're still there. So when I was using a concealer, one of you said, well, I thought the CBD oil got rid of your broken capillaries. I never said it got rid of it. And I said, no. I said, it's made them lighter, but they're still there. I still use concealer on my nose. Those are my biggest ones on my nose. And I still use my concealer on there. However, you know, I can see a difference in my skin tone now. I can see a difference in my redness. And the biggest difference for me personally is how my foundation applies. And I still use my Retin-A. I've upped my game on my Retin-A. I am at like really good 5 times a week on Retin-A, sometimes 6, because I'm not worried now about having this huge, massive peeling cycle. Now, I still exfoliate, and that's what somebody did. I still use the Studio 35 alpha hydroxy acid. Most mornings I put it on, and then I wash it off. I feel that that is a super exfoliation for me. I use my Trophy Skin Microderm Abrasion. Now I'm using that probably every 5 weeks, 4 weeks, at least once a month usually. I use my Trophy Skin Spatula. I use that 3 to 4 times a week. I love how it cleans out my pores. I love it. So I'm still exfoliating, as I always have been. So the biggest difference for me has been the additional adding that oil in. If you are going to, it's a pricey product. I bought my last bottle of the Flora and Bast at the 20% off Sephora sale. That's how we did it. And it's a pricey product. Now, there's another CBD oil I've talked about, the McGillicuddy, which is a face oil as well. That's a higher, the one I currently have, which was sent to me for review, is a 5,000 milligram bottle. I am very, very careful with that. That's high potency, in my opinion. I am going to order a bottle because I do have a discount code. I'm going to order a bottle, but I'm going to order the 1,000 milligram bottle. Because when I use the 5,000 milligram, I just use it at night. I just put it on my deep wrinkles, my smoker thing, here and there. And I go up on near my eyes. But I'm going to order the 1,000 milligram bottle because I really like that product. But that's me. And that's after continued use. So, again, just because someone like me likes something, or somebody else says, oh, I've used it for 4 days and it didn't do a darn thing, doesn't mean it's gonna work or not work for you. That, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Work or not work for you. Do your research. But right now, if somebody said to me, hey, Monika, if you could only take 4 or 5 skincare items, anti-aging skincare items, what would they be? My Retin-A, and I would take my Trillium, the Retin-A with the hydroquinone in it, because I've been working on my age spots. I would take my Retin-A, that would be one. I would take the 5,000 milligram, this is out of what I currently have, right? The 5,000 milligram CBD McGillicuddy, I would take that with me. Excuse me. That would be number 2. And number 3, I would take a sunblock. I would take a super, super good sunblock, because I think all of this stuff you're doing to your skin is going to not make a hill of difference if you're not putting sunblock on. So, and I got a ton of oil still. I'm going to continue using them. Like, I happen to like marula oil. I have always liked marula and jojoba. I couldn't remember the name of it. But I've been using the marula oil on my hair. So I put marula oil on my hair, and that's what I've been doing with it. And I really do like it a lot on my hair. So yeah, I've been putting that, I had to switch positions here. I've been putting that all over my hair, the marula oil. And so I like that. And the squalene oil, I usually take the squalene oil, and I like that a lot. I use the, I've got one from Timeless that I still have a full bottle of, and I have one from The Ordinary. I use the squalene oil basically during the day. I mix it sometimes with my foundation at work. I have a bottle of it at work. So I like that. So a lot of the other oils I'm using, I'm going to continue to use them up. But like I said, if I had to just pick a few of, 3, 4, 5 anti-aging products, it would definitely be my Retin-A. And I have 2 types of Retin-A. I'd probably bring both if I could. Sunblock. And the way I'm feeling right now, it would be my CBD oil. So, but again, you guys got to do your own research on all that. But that's the way I'm looking at it. And for me personally, it has really worked. So Jay and I, most of you know that we have a motorhome, and it was in a slight accident, and I shouldn't say slight accident, tied up the whole summer. But anyways, we got our motorhome back, and we went out on Labor Day weekend. We went up to Freeport, Maine. Jay dropped the motorhome off. I was up there. He came back to Portsmouth to teach, so I was up there Thursday night, Freeport, Maine. What an adorable campground. I walked all around. It's a KOA, and they were preparing for a big Labor Day bash. They had a tiki bar set up. Oh my God, it was really, really cute. But we weren't staying for the weekend, so we took off on Friday. On the road again, leaving Freeport KOA, heading to Booth Bay Harbor, where we're going to spend the long holiday weekend. And we went to Booth Bay Harbor, and Booth Bay Harbor is just one of my favorite places to visit. The campground itself, Shore Hills, is a really nice campground. I've reviewed it a couple of times on my channel. But it's a destination campground because you can go there and jump off and go to all different places. So one of the highlights of our trip is always visiting Camden Harbor. If you guys have never been to Camden Harbor, you are surely missing out. Camden is just this really wonderful, quaint town on the coast of Maine. Very, very popular town. And we went there. We did a day trip from Booth Bay Harbor to Camden, and I just love it. The downtown, they have all these cool shops, but then they have this small but the most amazing harbor and beautiful boats and flowers, and oh my gosh, this little footpath that you can walk along the park here, and there's like benches that you can sit in, there's grass. They have all sorts of different events, and one of the things that I found out when I was up there was that they have this big huge Christmas event, and I didn't even know it. It's like I don't know, I'm going to look it up because it could be like boat races or Santa races or something like that. So we're going to check that out. Whoops. Whoa. So we're going to check that out, and I'm really looking forward to that. So anyways, I don't want this to go long, and I've got to go in and teach. I just wanted to address a couple of the CBD stuff and tell you how excited I was to finally get to go camping in my RV. Oh my gosh. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching and for joining me on my journey anti-aging, aging gracefully, having fun, RV camping, all sorts of other stuff that I like to do and talk about. I appreciate every single one of you. Oh, and my giveaway video. Yeah, I've been working on that. It's going to be really cool. So keep your eyes peeled for my giveaway video. 10,000 subscriber giveaway. It's coming.